everyone, I'm Marlon Bento Jr. Welcome to the Shoot Par Now Golf Show with my co-host James Stammer.
Hey.
Hope everybody's doing well. Before we get started, want to thank our sponsor for this show. This is called the One Club Trainer. If you are looking for more distance and improving the way you create speed, the One Club Trainer does a great job. It's got this canister. When you swing it, this snaps. If you hear that sound and it's happening before the ball, you're not doing so good. If you hear it snap as you get to where the ball would be and into the follow through, you pick up speed.
And who doesn't need more length?
Everybody needs more length. And you can change these rubber things in here and you can put them in and it makes it harder or softer. It works really well. So thanks them, One Club Trainer. So this is always one of my favorite shows is what a great Masters, right? What a unbelievably.
And it didn't look that way.
I thought it was. I mean, it wasn't pretty. You know, it wasn't as like grand, and it wasn't like a duel of birdie after birdie. It was really like a lot of errors.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And then, but to watch the emotions of the errors and be able to react to it. One of my families that I coach, the dad got to go to the Masters, and there's two little girls. I put them up on my Instagram, and they brought me a Masters pin.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's kind of nice. They thought about me, brought me a little Masters pin.
That's very cool.
Yep, and I'm sure the girls wanted to go. Maybe one day they'll get to go. But so if you didn't watch it, which can't believe you didn't.
Yeah, really. How did you not watch that?
It's like the only thing you really. If there's one tournament you got to watch every year, it's the Masters. Like you should just make sure you watch it. But so Rory McIlroy.
Finally. Yeah.
Finally.
It wasn't easy.
Wasn't
he didn't
easy.
make it easy on himself. It looked like it might be a little bit of a walk in the park.
When it started? Not when it started, but
started with that double bogey on one.
Yeah, that's true.
When he made the turn and had 3 or 4 shot lead standing on the 12th, in the middle of the 12th green.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, this
is him. This is where you do it, right?
And
not so much.
He decided to have a couple of loose swings, and Justin Rose and Hébert, they both closed the gap, and it took everything he had. And on top of this, not only winning the Masters, but this completed what they call the Grand Slam. And this is where, so in golf, this is the immortal stuff of golf, right? And in the modern era, there's only been one. I mean, I don't know, Watson, that's not modern. The modern era is like Tiger, I almost think. What's the modern era in golf? Is it the 90s, the 70s? I would say maybe the 70s, but do you consider Jack Nicklaus part of the modern era?
No.
Then it would have to be from the 80s on. And even then, Jack managed to win one in the 80s.
Yeah, that 86 when he was older.
Yeah.
But so right now, there's only 6 Grand Slams. So you got Bobby Jones, Jack, Player, Watson. Not Watson?
We have Gene Sarazen was the first.
Oh, Sarazen, yeah. Bobby Jones is there. But he doesn't count because
he never won the Masters.
That's right.
He won the British Open.
Yeah, as an amateur, he had the Grand Slam. Right. So Sarazen, Nicklaus, Watson, Gary Player, Tiger, Rory. That's it.
Yeah.
Think about those names. That's incredible.
Yeah.
So imagine all the pressure, right? Rory McIlroy, one of the great players in the world, has a chance to not only win the Masters but win the Grand Slam. I really think that had more pressure on him in the back of his head.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we saw some shots that were a little bit, and I don't even know if I could call them squirrely or misses. They were just a little off, right?
Yeah.
So did you hear the press conference, what he said? He actually referenced, I think, hole 3 or 7 on the front as like the hole that he thought was the most important. I don't remember those 2. I can't remember them.
I know he double bogeyed 1. Did he par 2 or did he? 32.
I think he made par in a hole that maybe it was 3 or whatever.
Yeah, I think it was 3.
But he had said that that was to him like the biggest shot of the day. And I would have said, I thought it was the eagle on 15 with the 7-iron.
Where he hit the 7-iron to, yeah.
Yeah.
Put it within eagle distance. Didn't make the putt, but it was an easy birdie.
Yeah.
But
that shot.
Just that shot, the way he had to shape it to get it there to begin with, because he had a tree in front.
Right.
So he had to go kind of under and get this big soft hook and get it to land and not bounce over the green.
I can almost picture that hole. I don't think people realize how big that thing drew.
It went a good 50 yards.
Yeah,
50 yards
it wasn't like a
from
draw.
right to left.
It wasn't a draw. It was a sweeping hook in, landed soft. Like,
And hooks don't usually land soft.
No,
They usually
they hit
squirt.
the ball so high.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing when you watch those trackers, like 100 feet.
Oh yeah.
I can't get a 7 up to 70 feet, 60 feet. No, I can get a 7 up.
And George, when he's here,
Yeah.
he's we're trying to get him to hit everything a little high.
Oh yeah, he's hit it too low.
He hits it way low.
We're working on it. He'll get better
He's
at
playing
that.
Texas golf.
Yeah, he'd
should
be
be
good
in
in the
Texas.
wind. He'd be good in the wind. So that that last hole, right? The one he can win, right? I mean, he hit 2 perfect drives on both. So they ended up he had a 1-shot lead McIlroy did going into 18. Justin Rose played great.
After just about knocking it in on 17, Rory did. I mean, he hit that thing within a couple of feet.
Yep.
And it was tracking dead at the hole.
Yep.
I'm not in the fair. Yeah.
So 1-shot lead,
Yep.
par, and he pulls that wedge into the bunker, right?
Yeah. Pushes.
Was it a wedge?
It was the same shot he hit on 13.
Right.
He laid up on 13.
Right.
Had a similar yardage, had the same club, fanned it out to the right,
That's
landed
true.
in Race Creek. And then on 18, similar distance, same club, did the same thing.
Yeah.
Didn't release through it, fanned it out, pushed it into the bunker on the right side.
Which probably is not an easy shot, but again,
No.
he has to get up and down to win. And what do you have there to finish? How many feet?
About 5-6 feet.
Yeah, and miss, right?
Yeah.
And so a lot of people that watch our show, a lot of them are students, right? And I always tell them in our training, in our classes, how difficult golf is.
Mm-hmm.
And people like sometimes smirk at that, right? Like I tell them, like, pros miss stuff all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, how many? I mean, again, masters at a different level, but still, how many little putts and chips and stuff did they struggle with in that tournament? Yeah. I was very impressed by how he played the playoff. I mean, hitting it that close when everything was on the line.
Yeah, and when you consider, he was 4 over on 4 holes in a row back on the back 9. He had a double bogey, par, and then another bogey that put him actually at one point while they were waiting for Justin Rose to putt out, he was actually behind.
He was.
Rory was actually a stroke behind.
He was.
And then Rose missed his putt and made a bogey and fell back. So it was a 3-way tie. And, you had to wonder what was going through Rory's head.
Oh my gosh. Can you believe what the kind of stuff goes through it? I don't think we can even imagine. Yeah. But I do think that, so the 34 or 35-year-old McIlroy, right? I think he's in that range right now, right?
Mm-hmm. Upper 30s.
Yeah. I think that now, because of the experience and, settling down, personal life stuff kind of settled down, kind of in the right place where he can just put into perspective everything. And I think that calming effect of his family life and how important his kid is, and I think that's a settling thing when guys. But what a great tournament. I really enjoy that every year.
And Bryson played really well.
He did.
He just got a little cold and had a few loose shots. He probably didn't hit any more loose shots than Rory did. He just hit them at the
wrong time.
In the wrong time,
and they cost him.
In the wrong place.
Yeah.
He hit 2 of them in the water instead of 1 in the water.
Yeah.
And
then when he hit the good one, he didn't make coming down the stretch as much. He was a little off.
Didn't make the putts.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to, right? You can't. It's the Masters. There has to be something special, right?
Yeah.
There's always something magical, and again, Rory, man, it's one of those. Don't you like if you felt like Justin Rose had won? Like say Justin Rose hit the toast, made the putt, Rory lost, right?
Yeah.
And again, it would have been anything against Justin Rose. He's a former champion and everything, right?
Yeah, and he shot 66 on Sunday.
But it would have been a letdown.
Yeah.
It would have.
He even said in his interview afterwards, he goes, I really was afraid I was going to be the villain. He's like, I felt like the villain out there.
He was the. That's what I mean. It was like
everybody wanted to see Rory win this thing, but at the same time, Yeah, you gotta want to win it yourself.
No, and again, we would be celebrating him. It'd be a great round, right? He deserves to be. You shoot 66 on the last day of a major, and you hit it stiff maybe, and he had a great shot on 18. It wasn't like he was that far away. It's just he didn't make it.
He wasn't inside Rory, and it just.
What did he have? You think that was 12 feet? It wasn't that far, was it?
Yeah, it was about 10 to 12 feet.
Yeah, but again, and you said something before the show that he had said that he thought the greens were getting crusty. Crusty.
Yeah.
And you were saying that,
he's going to get a memo from...
The memo says, please, Mr. Rose, do not refer to our greens as crusty. Augusta does not have crusty greens.
Exactly.
But crusty for him was like, it was probably dry and fast and kind of moving.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful weather. I mean, they had like some of the best weather they've ever had. I thought the course was obviously in great condition.
Yeah, I mean, I almost just said I'm going to record this and go play myself.
Yeah.
Yesterday, it was so pretty out.
Yeah.
It's like you almost wanted.
Our weather here was so good.
Oh.
Yeah, our weather was great yesterday. It was like perfect weather. Like I think it was like high 70s and had no humidity and just one of those magical days that we should have been playing golf.
Yeah.
But I ended up teaching some lessons actually. I had a schedule. Sometimes I don't teach, on Sundays, but I got a nice TV here and I figured I'd just come down, turn it on and help a few people. They were trying to get to see me and I've been so busy and I've been struggling to work them into schedules. So Sunday's kind of like my field day. So they were happy, but it was kind of cool. I got to watch the Masters for a little bit. And then by the time I got home, I got to watch the last, 5 or 6 holes, which worked out really well. But so you had, you finished up your cheese and crackers on some crackers?
I finished up my pimento cheese spread, and I had some Triscuits. I put it on. And,
yeah, were they good?
Yeah. I sat there with a
cold beverage,
a cold adult beverage,
yeah.
and watched the Masters yesterday. Yeah.
A lot of people I was noticing on my social media. I've never created parties for the Masters. You know how like they have Kentucky Derby parties,
yeah.
But there were a lot of people like they decorated their houses and they had all the Masters plates and. It was like they had mint juleps and they had the spreads and they had their own variations of all the stuff. So I'm sure people do that. I just never, I've never done that myself.
I haven't. I've never done that.
We've done our little sandwich spread.
Used to be just me and the kids.
Yeah,
now it's just me.
Yeah, watching it. So no, it was still fun though. You and the dog. Oh,
my wife watched a little bit of it.
My wife like nods at it, but she's not watching it. But
she did make a comment. She goes, "Oh, I didn't even know that was Rory." I go, "Why?" She goes, "Well, from when she was watching the TGL, the TGL
Tiger League,
and he was there. He wasn't playing, but he was there with the announcers and stuff.
Right.
And he had no hat on and had glasses on." She goes, "That's how I remember looking like that." She goes, "I didn't recognize him with a hat without his glasses on."
Yeah, he looked so different, right?
He looked different.
Hey, did you notice that the Masters crowds were a little more vocal than normal?
Yeah.
Do you think that's just the carryover from Live? Or just the way the tour is kind of going? Like
I don't know, but I can guarantee you there's only a certain amount of it they're going to put up with there.
The Masters are not going to put up with that. I doubt it.
You're not going to. I mean, they had a couple of people that yelled something as somebody was getting over a putt or getting ready to hit, and it's like, you didn't hear him again after that. You can probably bet that.
I didn't see any articles,
came out of
but
the woods and grabbed them.
Well, there's a lot of security. There's a lot of like staff, right? And I was thinking, again, there's a place for it, but the Masters is so prestigious. Like you shouldn't be. You should be able to clap. I mean, that's kind of like it's like classic golf, but the screaming and yelling stuff, I got a feeling that's going to be like not going to be tolerated.
Yeah. Now all the get in the hole and.
I mean, that part, I don't know if that's
that's not so bad,
but like during when guys are trying to putt or swing and stuff, and they're, it's not like the waste management. It's not the waste management. No. So, I mean, can you imagine
people they throw out?
Oh my gosh, it would be so bad. And I was telling a story to somebody, and so when I got to go, you basically can't take your cell phone on property. If you do, though, and they find it, they'll confiscate it and they'll ban you for life. Like you don't get to go back. Like you can't take.
They will trespass you from the property, so you will never be able to go there again.
They put you on the bad list and Can you imagine? Like,
even Santa won't bring you anything.
oh
That's how
man,
bad it is.
I was so shocked when they said that, because you would think, right? But that's their policy, right?
Yeah.
They don't want the cameras and the phones. But I did see on social media, there was a lady or a girl. I don't know if she was a girl. She might have been older, but a younger lady. But she was taking pictures inside the Masters. And I was thinking, how did she do that?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they see it and they go
No,
retro and they track them down and ban
I
her.
know you can go during the practice rounds.
So maybe she did it.
Maybe she did it then and just posted it later in the week.
Oh,
but who knows?
Could be. But
I know in a practice round you can.
Yeah, I don't know.
Practice rounds, and I think Wednesday's par 3 event you can as well.
So go ahead.
Gary Player made 3 birdies in
He
the par
did.
3.
He
Par
did.
3 event. He made 3 birdies.
He's still. You see him
He's
hit
89.
You see him hit his tee shot. He kicked his leg in the leg. Yeah.
And Jack.
Poor Jack.
Jack says, "I'll be lucky if I can stand back up."
He did. He said something like that when he went to put the tee down, right?
Well, he said the tee is yours. And Jack goes, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. Smart. Maybe.
Let's see if I can put this in the ground and not fall over it.
So Player's 89. Nicholas is 83 or 4.
85.
85.
And Tom Watson's 75.
Yeah, but 75, like for
Doesn't seem like, especially
no.
As you're getting old, as you get closer to it, it seems you want to.
Well, I have so many students, right, that are in their 70s and they play a lot. So, I mean, Watson looks fine to me, but Jack does look. His age has really caught up to him the last 3-4 years, right? And again, it goes back to fitness, right? Yeah. And Gary Player being, so
the king of fitness,
and health, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so he'll be how long? So I don't know what the answer is. Maybe people, if you know this, put it in the comments, because I'd find it interesting. Who's the oldest honorary T-ball hitter?
The oldest honorary starter?
Was it Sarazen in his 90s?
Sarazen was in his 90s. How old was Sammy? Sam Snead was up there.
Yeah, I don't think it was his 90s. He didn't make it to 90s. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Gary Player is going to be 90. I'm curious to know if that'll be the oldest.
If and when I don't think he's going to hang. I think they're going to part him out. I think they're going to bring his urn out there, and his urn will hit the tee shot.
Oh man, Gary Player's, if he's healthy, the way he moves and stuff, he'll be fine. He still looked like he had a really good swing. It's just
And what was funny was Barbara walked out with Jack.
Yep.
She had his bag.
Yep.
In his golf bag was one club, his driver.
That's all she could probably handle.
Now, Gary Player had every club in his bag.
He took it all out like he was getting ready to go tee it up.
I was like, you know what? If he hits this well enough, he might just turn around and go, oh, by the way, I'm playing. It just go on down the first fairway.
That would have been funny.
But Jack walked out. He had his arm around Barbara. And right after he hit, they had a camera on Barbara. And the look on Barbara's face was like, oh.
On his hit?
Yeah. I guess it went a little sideways.
Oh, it did? Yeah, they did.
They didn't show where any of them went.
Yeah.
But the look on Barbara's face was like, I hope nobody got hit by that.
Yeah. It's hard. Like, he doesn't play anymore, right?
No.
Yeah. So, it's not like he's just going to find it. I remember I was talking to someone about when I got to watch this. We had an event here at the Floridian where Arnold, Jack, Gary, and Lee Trevino played a fundraiser. And they did this. This has got to go back. This is about maybe 10 years ago.
I remember this. This was a while ago, yeah.
Yep. And it was just amazing watching them, but you could see the age, right? And Trevino was still smashing it. Mm-hmm. And Gary was hitting it good. And then Jack and Arnold were like way behind. So those two guys. Trevino's not really part of the Masters, huh?
Never won.
So he doesn't because he's never won, he's not a part, doesn't come back. Yeah,
he's got a.
I guess so.
I mean,
right?
It's an invitational. They could invite him if they wanted to.
Yeah, but it'd be awkward though. It is what it is,
why
right?
would they invite him?
Yeah. I didn't see Olathball.
I saw his name on the leaderboard at one point in time. I do believe he played.
He did play?
He may have played.
I didn't see the record.
Longer darn near made the cut.
Man, isn't that a story?
Longer in couples. If they don't bogey the 18th hole, they make the cut.
Couples is right there, hitting freaking 6 hybrid into holes.
Yeah, Freddie says he's going to be back next year. It's like, I'm going to keep playing. He goes, as long as I think I can make the cut, I'm going to play.
Yeah, why not? That's the whole point.
Yeah.
But Langard said that's enough, though.
Yeah, longer. This is his 41st start. And, well, he can't because Mercedes will take the car back. Mercedes gave him a car, gifted him a car in honor of his 41st Masters appearance.
So if he goes again, then he has to give the car back.
Maybe he's got to give the car back.
for all he's done for golf, that's a historic. If he would have made the cut, that would have been unbelievable.
A lot of you watch the crowd around the 18th green, and when he missed the putt that would have parred the hole and sent him into the weekend, you could just hear the collective groan. It was like you knew everybody was trying to will that ball into the hole.
They wanted it so bad.
Yeah.
And it's nice that they only had to go to one hole, right? Because the people didn't have to lose all their spots, but everybody everybody congregated to that, right? But still, really cool tournament, So it's going to be interesting this week because then you do that the Masters,
RBC Heritage this week.
That's always and that's a great tournament. There's a good field for that. It's a great we actually have that golf course on the simulator, so we'll probably play that a little bit this week. But that's always a fun event. But I always feel like it's always a little bit of a letdown, right? After the Masters, you can't go from like playing in Augusta.
Well, you think about the mental turmoil that you've gone through.
Oh,
you got to be mentally exhausted.
Yeah,
just because of the way that course plays.
Yeah,
and you get to and it's kind of like, okay, I'm here, but man, how much effort do I want to put in this? Well, I gave everything last week.
Yeah, like if you were in contention, you're probably taking the week off, I would guess. I don't expect to see. But again, how many guys that were in contention? Like I'm really shocked, like the Rahms and some of these other players. Dustin Johnson. What happened to him? Like where'd he go? Well, that's a perfect golf course for him.
Yeah. Koepka blew up.
Yeah, Koepka. Yeah. Did you see the thing with Koepka and Mickelson in the press release thing a couple weeks ago?
No.
Maybe again, I could be wrong, and maybe it popped up on my feed, but it was when I don't know, Koepka's telling Phil that when you #1 in the world, they give you this trophy, and I've got 2 of them. If you'd like to see one, I'd send one to you. And Mickle then looked back or something. It's like, that's true. I've never been 1 in the world, but I've got 6 green jackets or something. I forgot. How many does he have?
Phil
4.
has
4 green jackets?
Yeah, 3 or 4.
Yeah, 3? He says, 3. I forgot what he said, but he says, I got a lot of green jackets, and kind of shut him up. But when Koepka says stuff like that, it always gets on my nerves.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like it's just like, he's a great player, don't get me wrong, but
you're talking smack to guys that are better have a better career than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, the 2 U.S. Opens, right?
And you think about Rory. Now, he's got the career Grand Slam.
Yep.
But this is only his 5th major.
Yep.
Talk about spreading them out.
Oh, yeah. It's not like he's won
usually,
1.
Usually a guy who wins a career Grand Slam's got 10 or more.
And he also won the Players, which is kind of like the 5th one, and he won the Olympic gold, right?
Was that him? Who won the Olympic gold? Was it Scheffler? Scheffler won that.
I thought somebody said he won the gold. Maybe it was talking about Rose. Somebody else. It's hard to put them all together.
Well, Justin Rose won it in 2016.
Yeah, a long time ago when it first came. It was like inaugural one, right?
Well, it was the first time they had it since 1912.
1912, yeah.
So it was quite a big deal.
Yeah, but again, I don't think anybody else. Only Tigers won the Players. That's it. I guess I wonder if Arnold. I wonder if Nicholas and everybody else. They didn't have that back then.
They didn't. Well, it wasn't known as the Players. Yeah, they started playing that. When did they start playing at the TPC? Late 70s.
Yeah, when they started building that thing.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So again, for those of you who are watching, if you're picking this up, and you're not in Florida, you're probably getting pretty excited to have the weather get a little better where you live, especially if you live in cold climates. Because I will tell you that the Masters is the start of spring for golf.
Yeah.
And I don't care where you are in this country, you're chomping right now. And I know people. If
you might have been in the house hitting putts yesterday.
Oh, you had to
just to get the grease going.
Oh, you had to, because that if you don't get fired up after watching that, like I don't know what else will get you fired up. So if you're a golfer and you're not watching the Masters, you need to change your schedule and figure that one out because
or take up tennis or something.
Yeah,
you don't deserve to be. Just kidding.
So we got the RB coming up. Things in Florida. The weather's really nice right now. April and May are 2 of the months that I think a lot of people miss out on because a lot of people go home because they're not from here. They come for just the cold months. But man, it's nice. You got anything coming up interesting on the calendar, or articles you're writing, or thing you're doing?
Not at the moment. I know I'm going to be going out by Palm Cove, out in Palm City. Take a look around. They asked me to come out and take a look around. They say that they've rerouted a few things and changed a few things. They've widened some of the fairways. I don't know how without taking someone's house.
Yeah, it's very narrow. Not my favorite place.
It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
How what their idea of widening fairways is.
Well, I have a lot of students that I work with that live out that way, and then they all got displaced, right? Because they went private.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And a lot of them moved to other clubs, just for the winter, but they don't know what to do. But I'm sure it needed some help. A lot of the courses that were built as development courses, and then the club never really, it's a beautiful, yacht club and everything. It was always like a little small course, a little narrow, and it's sporty. It's a sporty course, but
that's one way to put a narrow course.
Yeah,
sporty.
I remember when Chi-Chi redid it, and I got to go out there a couple times, and it was like, hey, anytime you want to come out and play, I'm like, oh, it's too many irons off the tee, and
it's tight. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you can't even swing at it.
I know guys that they buy a bucket of range balls.
Oh, for sure.
They don't go to the range. They just use them on the golf course.
My public golf course, people come, they think the range balls is what you take on the course, and ours are yellow with big black stripes on them. Guys, don't play with range balls on the golf course. They're not $10 70 balls is not what you use to play. Oh my God, there's balls everywhere in the afternoon. It cracks me up. It's like
fourth or fifth hole is far away from the range.
The other day, somebody said it's the 4 o'clock menace. Where like all the people that haven't played, right? And it's a lot of new players, young players, and no, it's great. I'm glad they're out there playing, but you shouldn't use range balls.
No.
You're not supposed to do that. And
they're not really all that great at golf ball anyway.
Well, yeah, we have pretty nice range balls, and they do fill in new range balls quite often. So if you pick through them, there's some really nice new ones in there. But
you might even find somebody's really nice Pro V1 that went to the range.
There is always nice balls.
A few balls.
Always.
You always find one.
I'm trying to figure out who comes to the golf course and says, I'm just going to drop 6 of my Pro Vs and hit them out there because I don't want to hit a range ball. I'm like, wow. I was thinking maybe club pros, people that come by, but you can never tell.
Maybe somebody just hits it a little crooked and everybody in the group throws one over there in the range and can't find it because or doesn't want to go over there.
Yeah, maybe. I do have we have our last Cobra Demo Day coming up this Saturday. It was supposed to be tomorrow, but they had a scheduling problem, so we're going to be this Saturday 12 to 4. I think it's the 19th. And basically we're getting ready for Shoot Parnell's that's my academy, Shoot Parnell. It's the show's named after. Check it out. Junior camps. So we'll have 8 to 10 junior camps lined up for summer, get ready for high school season in August, and then kind of take a little time off and start it all up again. So if you're looking to work on your game, check out Shoot Par Now. Make sure to go to the sign up for the newsletter. There's 3 free videos that you can watch. They're 3 really good videos. I explain the follow through. I explain the downswing. I explain the backswing. It's really, really good information. So check that out. All you got to do is sign up for the newsletter, and then every month we put out a free video lesson. So designed to just help your game. If you want to follow the Shoot Parnell system, there's an annual fee for that. It's $60 for the whole year, and you get the app and all the tools. So if you're interested, just click on the links and let me know, okay? So got anything else to add for this week?
That's it.
Well, that's going to be our show for this week. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed watching the Masters.
Push the like button.
Push the like button. Leave a comment. It helps a lot, okay? We'll see you really soon.